Hello, friend. Yes, I uploaded one of the video yesterday about the online shopping or e-commerce website I have created recently, which is not completed. Still, we got a lot of things to do. Uh, so I'll show it now as well and give you some hint if you are doing in React and Laravel, so which makes you easier to follow to make the this kind of websites. So okay, let's go through it. So I showed you yesterday as well, or you can see my past video if you don't want to waste your time. Let's go straight to the code. Okay, so yeah, so I've used this Visual Studio for the editor. Okay, so if you are familiar with the Laravel, so you can see this kind of your files and folder setups over here. So you are, I believe you are familiar with this app bootstraps and this configuration file database, and these are all the files and folders that we are keep seeing this from last maybe 5 to 7 years, maybe more than that. And the Laravel is the one of the best framework for the PHP. And if you know PHP, I believe you know the Laravel so far. Okay, okay, let's get into the code now. So I go to the app and you can see the http and the controllers sections where you got all the codes, how the things are running in the website. So everything are inside the controllers, and the main things are controllers. And obviously you need interfaces, models. Okay, models, if you don't know about these things, you have to go basic from basic from Laravel documentations, or you have to know some of the basics of PHP. Okay, so I recommend go through that. Otherwise, it's if you are new and if you are starting now, then it's not for you. Just switch into the whatever you want. Okay, so now I go to HTTP and you can see the controller sections. I have separated it with its concerns like auth. Auth is basically is the breeze. I have not created it on my own, but if you need to customize, yes, obviously we have to do that. I have did some of the customize because I got two kinds of authentications over here. One is the business part, and the next one is the shopping part. So there is some of the changes in the codes. So okay, so here's the admin sections where I got the all the controllers of the admin. Okay, so these are the controller for admin, I mean for the business part. And the next one is the shopping part. Yes, so these are two different parts, and I have used somewhere some API as well. So this is for the API, but I think it's not no more use now. So yeah, so in case of API require, I can do it here. So to add the file in the API, I have the API folder as well. Okay, guys. So this is that, and I'll just go all the files and folders detailedly for sorry briefly for now, and we'll explain all the codes later on. So if you are more interested and if you leave your comment, I'll give you all the code that I have for this application. So if you are not familiar with the with these applications, so please go and visit my previous previous video which I have created recently. Okay, so now right, so let's go to the next one. So obviously when I go to the resources and JS folder, so in this app basically when we are doing the Laravel, and we keep our views in this folder as a blade.php. If you are familiar with this, so I'm asking you, are you familiar? So this is the Inertiajs app. So it's a bit different when you are doing with the Inertia, because Inertia actually what it is like you are writing the server code and the client side code in the same applications. So by using as a backend, my one is Laravel, and the front end you can select your own. If you do in the view, you write in the view code. If you write in the, if you want the React, then write in the React way in the JS. So this is a resources folder, and this have the JS file. So before you used to write your blade file over here, and if you have JavaScript, then you can link your JavaScript from this writing here the what you want to link, isn't it? Like, so sorry, so write down the JavaScript somewhere here. Okay, so how you write this? So oh, sorry. So you write your script code here, and now while JavaScript, while using the third party like React and Vue directly in this Laravel platform, you need the Inertiajs. So for that you have to go into the resources file and JS folder, and you can see the pages over here, and these are also the you can see the JS. So inside the JS folder you have to write all the code. Okay, and when I go to the welcome.jsx, no, the main one is the app.jsx. And so what it does, it uh, so it is doing all the things over here. So how the pages are working, what are the name of pages, uh, and so basically it is just working as a compiling your JavaScript code to the React code. So you need this file. The main file is the app.jsx, and inside this everything it goes there. Okay, so this is the main file where it will create the Inertia app and how the things are working, so how the router working, everything goes here. So this is the main file of Inertia.js inside the Laravel. Okay, so now when you get into the pages, you can see all the pages over here. Yes, and these are also the file that I have created, but the pages is basically the page of the website. So I have categorized my folder over here as well to make everything in a managed way, so it will be easier for your, if the application is too big or is medium or even small, you have to manage your code. So later on it get easier, but I'm trying my best to manage it everything, but still I have to manage a lot of things and I have to learn a lot of things. So for now it's just seller and shop. We got two categories over here for the front end. This is the client parts. Okay, so front end part, um, where you can see the variant products, orders. These are the codes for this. So if I go to the, if I go to this one and just type just localhost. So I told you before as well that I have explained about uh, my web application yesterday. So you can see everything over there, and I'm going very detailedly how the code is working. Okay, so there are four categories in my side navigations: category, products, orders, and promotions. So it's basically a CRUD applications is create, read, update, and delete. So basically the applications which we use the database, then they are the CRUD ones. So it's just to create the data, read the data, how we want to read the data, like when after the creating, after the data being created, how we want to read, what data we are reading. So that's the main thing. And update means how you updating the data, and what data you want to update. And the delete to destroy the data. If you don't want data being this, then you want to destroy the data to make the specific available in your database, right? Because the space is always limited in the database. So let's go to the code and the applications together. So when you go to the category page, there I can see the create category and categories. So I'm telling you, so when you are doing Laravel, it's so straight that you get to the web.php, and you write the route file, and it goes to the controller, and the controller direct to the view file. It's like similar, but there is some of the inertia functions which make these things easier. Okay, so it's much convenience to use Inertiajs, because if you are familiar with the Laravel, is most of the thing are similar, and only the if you learn some of the React code, then you don't need to run don't need to learn like how the API working, how the things are working in your client and in the server side. Okay, so you can manage your in your own way, and you don't need like any backend or and front end developer separately. Okay, let's go to the category first now. uh, when you get to the create file, so it goes it, it is the create one. So if create categories, and then you can see the url is the create. Okay, so category create, what it does, it goes to the controller create category. It's not working. Okay, I'll do this way. So I don't know why it's not working. So it's did I do some mistake over here? Oh, it's the functions actually, sorry. So when you go to the category controller, you can see the create category. Okay, so for the categories, what I have done is like when you go to the category, I have the some of the category over here, because if the category is not is the main category or not. The main category, if it is main category, then you don't need to select any of the main category over here. But if it is a main category, then you can create just I'll give some example like books. So it can be the main category, and if it is the main category, and if it does not have the main category, then you just leave and like that. But if it is the subcategory of any main category of like edit, then you can select the category. Okay, so we need the category over here. So I have all the categories list. I got I res- sorry, I got all the categories here, and just so this is the main code that we need while rendering the file is inertia render. So before we used to like write like return and the view file, yeah, so return to view. But now we return the inertia render, so that make uh that work like anything in the server, and you are sending the file through the API to the front end. So it does all the tasks with this simple line. Okay, inertia render, so it render to the seller category of categories. So when we are when we are returning to the view, we used to return the view, and it goes to the uh, it goes to the sorry it goes to the views folder of the resources folder, main folder. So now when we are doing rendering, it goes to the GS folder of the resources for main folder. Okay, so what I'm saying is like it goes to the seller category of categories. So all the file is inside the pages folder, and these are only the functions that I need for the pages file. Okay, so when you go to the seller and go to the category folder, as it is saying their category, and go to the categories. Just a moment. Web.php. So, oh, okay, sorry. It is saying categories, create category. So now, when I go to there and create category, okay, sorry, I just explained the it is the one which I need for to create the category. So create category, and I need all the categories because to select either it's main category or not. So if it's not the if it's the main category, we don't need this line. But if it is the main category, oh sorry, if it is the subcategory, then we need this line, because uh, to say oh uh, what is main category. If it's subcategory, we need what is its main category, and all the main categories are all the categories are over here, and we can select the main categories from the categories. Okay, so I hope I can make you understand as much I can. Okay guys, sorry it's gone. So now let's move to the folder categories. No, yes, I'll go this way. And yeah, when you go to the create category file, then you can see all of the JavaScript code over here. So what are the things that I required? Okay, this I'm using the use state file and the functions when the handle changes, like any it is the control input. So if anything is uh, type in the input, then it is being controlled by the react file. So it is easier to handle, like if we if we are sending the data from one component to another component, or any doing if we if we are sending data from one component to another component, or sending the data through the API or anything, it is much easier if the data is being controlled, if the form is being controlled. Okay, so yes, this is the state file for now, and this handle change is changing the state file. So if you know the react little bit, you can understand this set value is changing the values file, the input field inside the values. Okay, and the publish thing is about the checkbox that we use here. Okay, so it's about the checkbox. If we check the box, what it does, so it's in the publish folder with that values, and if checked twice, then it goes to the same state. So here's the publish. The first starting is the true, so when I refresh the page, there you can see true. But when I keep it false, then there is no any checkbox over here. So this is the way that we do, like if anything change occur, like if you are familiar with the what do you say that, I did forget that for now. Okay, I'll remind it later. So when you change change anything in the input, then it calls the handle change functions, and the handle change will uh, trigger, and it target the name of the folder, name of the input element, and the value, and that value will be assigned to the input element, and that set of data will be goes inside the state folder state. Okay, so in this way, for every input element, it is working the same way, the handle change, and that value is coming to this value. Okay, so I'm planning to go detailedly with this react code, but before then that I need to get uh, some viewers on my side, so that I can actually teach everything like React and Laravel detailedly, and I don't mind doing that. It's so if obviously if someone is watching, I can help them, but if someone is not interesting and not watching, then obviously it's meaningless to for me to upload the video on that, isn't it? So yes, this is the way, and it's the same way in the edit category, where you get the data and store in the app, store in the state, and those state data is coming to the each file, each of the input, and later on that input can be changed through the handle change function. Okay, so it's the same way. So dashboard is the front dashboard. Okay, this is that I have done, and the error folder or error.js, or any errors occur, this page will be loaded automatically. So this is one of the component for here. And the options, like options means for it is so when now let's go to the product pages, seller, and the products. Okay, so this is the product folder uh, where you go to the web.php and see there is the product here, like where is the product, yes, the product prefix. So when you create the product, it goes to create product of product controller. So where is it? Okay, create product, and I need all the category because I need all the category over here. Okay, and so product name, descriptions, other things are same as like the category. Okay, now it is rendering to the seller and products, and inside the products it is rendering to the create product javascript react file. Okay, and what it is taking from the model is like, from the backend is categories. Okay, and with the image URL of dummy image. So mm, okay, that's because that is this upload photo. So okay, I believe this is not working for now, because I have kept some dummy image here. I believe that dummy image has been deleted for now. So just for the placeholder I kept some dummy image, but it's not there now. It's just placeholder over there. Okay, so it's I hope you understand. So for the store product, I have this product. So it's not managed code. It is like, it is very rough, because uh, I haven't managed the code much. There are a lot of pattern that you can follow. I prefer using the repository pattern, and some of the things that I am doing in the repository as well, but I have to do this in the repository. So it looks quite managed, and because of this my controllers are looking happy. Yeah, so it's not nice for now. So later on we'll do that together if you are interested with my project. So yes, I think I have done some of the things through the repository pattern as well. So check out controller. Yes, look, this is to take the orders, but to do the orders finally, where I have used the repository pattern. If you are not familiar with the repository pattern, then this is the repository pattern where you are creating the interface for the repository, and that interface is being called in the controller, and those interface are used inside the controller. Okay, so this make uh, everything hidden inside. So and it is the way to manage the code as well. So see, I got code over here, but it is not display over in my controller, so it is hidden in the repository. So it basically hides the code as well, and manage the code as well. So the controller don't look that rough. Okay, it looks like everything managed. So I've used that for now. So yes, this is the repository pattern. So if you want to learn about the repository pattern, yes, I'm ready to teach you guys, but please leave some comment so that I will teach you what topic you want to learn. React, Laravel, any of the features of Laravel and React, like just request me on that topic. I'll try to make my video. But if I believe I know most of the topic, but maybe there are some new topic that I'm not familiar with and I'm not using that. But for you guys, I'm ready and I'll explain all the codes. Okay. So yes, so there is still a lot of things to do, like payment controller. I haven't used a payment API, but I'm soonly using on my app. For now, just it's if you see the code, like you can see the RAM is locked in, and you can see this is the product. So this variant are just displaying the variant from the backend, but it's not properly working. The like I can't select it for now, so I'm just starting this project just a few months ago, so have to do a lot of things. And this is the project that I made only for myself, just to upload the video in the YouTube, to do the YouTube. But it's not my job part, so I have to complete my job and this together, so takes time. All right, anyway, check out when you select the order, or you can select more orders, or just make it two. You can see the items are being updated here, two items. You can see quantity is updated too. And check out, just you can see the checkout form. Okay, so when you just check out, say, oh, there is so the validations over here. So these are three different components, like personal informations, address, and payment. So I know it is being very quick. It's not the way to teach you, but if if you are interested on any of the topic that I am trying to, I'll help you guys. But you just see the code over here. So for now, if I go to sorry, my view file, sorry, JS file, pages, and in the sub part, so you can see that checkout. I have got three files here: address, edit, pay. Sorry, I'll go to the information container over here somewhere. You can see that I got three of the file here: address, personal information, and payment. And these three files are coming together, like personal information, address, and payment. And they are separate component but coming together and handling from single component, which is the container for this site. Okay, so this change input is working for all of them. Okay, so if you see the address component over here, address, sorry, I believe I have changed that file. Okay, so you can see all of the file over here, and the functions here. So when this file is, this is the input. When it change, it called the handle change input. Okay, and this will be trigger here. So, and what is change data? Change data is the functions of the container component, and it is passed as a props from the main component to the child component, and the child component is taking those data to the parent component. Okay, it is basically transferring data from child to parent, and we are transferring the functions from the parent to child and transferring the data from child to parent. So in this way it is working. Okay, so you can see the props over here: change data, form data, selection of select option, and the errors files even. So if you can see the error files, these are in the parent component but sending to the child component. So if you write the name here, look, so I have to do this because if you if three components are working separately, and if don't have the main components, then they are not connected to each other. So to make together, we have to write, I have written the component, I have written the component separately, because to manage the code, like So address file address, uh, the field of address are in the address field, and the field of payment are in payment field, which don't make the component heavy, right? So if I write all the things in this container component, like instead of writing this, instead of doing this line of code, if I write all the component file here, then I mean all the file of, let's see the component file. If I write all things here, it look like the component is so heavy, like you are writing the code in the traditional way, like before, the while you are writing the HTML code, you write everything in the single page. It's like when you are learning the code. So so when you get experience, then you write in different component, but you manage the code from one component, which is container component, and the other component are the presentation component. Okay. So uh, I hope you have understand these things over here. So basically personal informations are here, but these components are being used by the information component. And similarly, what props are being sent from this component we can see here. And for the address, what we are sending, so location is the file name, I mean the component name. So when I click location, it goes to location file, and you can see what you have, what props you can use now from the main component. Okay. So there are some functions, like form data is not the function, it is the data from the form. And the change data is the function. When you change something, you call the main component, and you send the data from child component to parent component, I mean those input data. And the select options means like, oh, I have using one select option, so I'm sending that from parent to child, and the errors for the errors. Okay. So in this way I have trying to manage the code. Yes, there are a lot of messy things over here and a lot of gap, but we can, I told you we can do it together. If you have idea, then please, I'm very much welcome for that. And redux, for the redux I have did some of the redux thing, but later on I find like redux is not necessary in my course. So as far as I'm skipping the redux, because if you don't need redux, then why to make your application heavy, isn't it? If you need, I'm planning to use this redux in the state, sorry, in the cart, and later on, but right now it's okay for my application, but later on I'm planning to use redux. I have used in some cases, like uh, yeah, I use for address and to manage, that address and locations and the payment. And later on I find like it's not the right way, so I just did in the different way. And so auth was in reducers before, but I don't think it is, I'm using it for now. So check out, yes, in this way I have used these reducers before, but now I just change my way of doing the checkout one. So yes, that's it for now, guys. We got a lot of things over here, but I can't explain you in a single video. So if you want to go in, like, if you want to go together, like, or you want to go from starting, please let me know in the comment below. And yes, guys, so planning to start uh, I'm planning to upload some of the videos daily, like on PHP, React, and Laravel. So, and also, guys, if you need the code from the GitHub, I'm ready for that as well, because everything is updated in the GitHub, and I have kept all my data in the GitHub. You can upload your you can upload and use in your app. Okay. So saying that, goodbye for now, and take care of yours.